a Groundhog Day, and 3 steps how to get out of this cycle. My name is Lana Bugela, I am a hypnotherapist, and today we will discuss this topic from the point of view of your subconscious mind. First, let's understand what a Groundhog Day really means. This state is not a comfort state. A lot of people think that they cannot get out of a comfort zone, and this zone is so comfortable that it makes them stay there, but it's opposite. Your comfortable zone is actually a very painful zone. It is a zone where you are not supposed to be. You just get used to it. Think of it. People are very adaptive by nature. We are very adaptive. We can adapt to practically anything if you want to. So when we are adapting to our life, we start to feel comfortable, even being in pain. So it is like feeling, an inner feeling, that this routine is normal, that this routine makes you happy, that this routine is a part of you, and you're just stuck in that comfortable zone, but this zone is just the zone where you get used to do something in the same way over and over again, and it is just your adaptive mechanism. Let me give you an example. You can come home every evening and eat a lot of food, and you see that you have excess weight. You want to lose that weight, but your comfortable zone is coming home and eating that big dinner every night. And you think that, okay, this is my comfortable zone, this is how it is. But you just get used to that. You get used to eat and to push down your emotions and feelings that were not processed during the day. Maybe you felt lonely, maybe you felt stressed, overwhelmed, and you just came home and ate a lot and pushed down those emotions. They're not going anywhere. They're just down there, sitting there, really. And you feel like it's your comfortable zone, but it's just the zone where you adapted to this way of processing your emotions. Not a healthy way, but it's just how it is. Or another example, you are dating the same type of partners over and over again. For example, some bad boys, bad guys, who are married and who are promising you a lot, but you end up being alone because they always choose their wives. Or it can be like that, you have children and you have the same types of problems with them over and over again. For example, your kid can be problematic at school, or you can end up shouting at your kids. You don't want to, but you end up doing that. Every time something goes wrong, you start to shout. You don't want to, but it is your adaptive mechanism. You just adapt it to process the problem in this way, to deal with the problem in this way. So it's also a Groundhog Day. Or maybe you feel like you want to earn more money, but you end up in the same shitty job every time. You think that this job will be better. You go there, you apply, you are interviewed, you are accepted, and over again you see that it's a dead end. There is nowhere to go, like this career is not what you want. And you end up changing those careers. It seems like it's a new road, but all over again, you are at the same spot where you are frustrated, you don't like what you do, you don't like your salary, you don't like your colleagues, and you start all over again. So you can have as many examples as you want in every field, area of your life. What it means, this state when we are adapted to something, it is actually called a comfort zone. We don't want to go away from our comfort zone only because our psyche adapted to it in the way that it did. It can be that adaptive mechanism where we just stop feeling pain. When we are okay with what is going on And that okayness is actually not okay. It's just the adaptive mechanism of your psyche. And you start to sit at that zone and you like building the walls around yourself at that zone. And with time, it is more and more difficult to get out of it. Like if you are dating the same types of men for years and you end up having unhappy relationships, and for some reason, once you have another partner, he is very attentive, he's single, he's not married, he's ready to offer you a life full of joy and happiness, and you feel like, oh my God, something is wrong there. Something is not nice, it's not okay, it's just no, I can't go there. And actually it was a way for you to get those happy relationships, but your psyche get used to that problems. Problems are your comfort zone. That's why with normal guys, you just don't feel very nice. You feel like it's dull, boring to date a healthy partner. Better to have a roller coaster with someone who is married, who is promising you something, then leaves you alone and whatsoever. It's just because your psyche used to that. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just the way it is. So the comfort zone is not about comfort at all. It's the zone to which you got used to. That's it. And the more you are used to it, the more difficult to get out of it. Because your psyche drags you back. It says, okay, I assume that the world is full of problems. Because we are taught like that from our childhood. Like, rich people are also crying, everybody has their own problems, and problems everywhere. Life is hard, life is difficult, and so on. And our psyche assumes that outside of your vicious cycle, there is another vicious cycle. And another vicious cycle takes more efforts to get used to it again. So all our psyche does, it makes you to get used to what you have. It's, like when you put your fingers here, just do it right now with me. Put your fingers, 2 fingers here in this spot. It's a painful spot. And just press your fingers together. Press them, really. And feel the pain. And sit like that for a minute. For 2 minutes. For 5 minutes. 10 minutes. I promise. In most cases, in 10 minutes, you won't feel the same pain anymore. You will sort of adapt to it, get used to it. Like it's there, okay. You will be numb to this pain. Yeah, of course, if you have a tooth pain, you can't adapt to that. You just feel like you are going crazy. Yeah, when the pain is real, it is like a big deal, then your psyche sends a signal, no, we can't get used to it. But if it's something like that, something that can frustrate you, but with time you get used to it, you just feel like, okay, it's now like that, I can adapt to that, it is possible, and you will just be okay, just okay. That's how it is, guys. Write down in the comments, what did you feel about this experiment? Do you feel that you start to feel less pain with time? Do you feel it? Write it down, please. So this is how it works. You adapt to those like small things, sometimes even big things, like alcoholic partners. My client was married 5 times. Her husbands were alcoholics. Her dad was an alcoholic. And only when we worked on that, she was married 1 more time. And that guy was amazing. And she said, like, I feel so good. Like, tell me, please, could it be like that from the very beginning? And I said, yes. If you would notice that vicious cycle and step out of it, it was okay to do it in the very beginning. You could. But if you didn't have the instrument, if you couldn't see that, then you couldn't go there. So just don't blame yourself. Just feel okay that you are there now. So what I'm trying to say, that even to something very big, problematic and painful, we can adapt with time. But when the pain is like that, it is real but not so hard like a tooth pain, then we really are adapting even faster. And when you are adapted to something, it's like a freeze state. You are freeze there. And as I said, your psyche assumes that outside of this cycle, there are a lot of more cycles. There is no happy life. Everything is about problems. So your psyche wants to save the energy. And what for to go there? What for to work so hard again? If we just did the job here, we adapted to that, let's stay there. That's what is dragging you back over and over again when you want to go out of this vicious cycle. So, okay, if you now understand what your psyche is doing there, why it is not allowing you to go out of this Groundhog Day, then now it's time to realize where do you have this Groundhog Day. Because people sometimes, they don't see it. Like my client, she didn't see that vicious cycle, being married 5 times to alcoholics. She didn't see it till she came to me. She came with another problem. And when she realized that this problem is bigger, but she just didn't see because she was adapted to it, then we changed it. Then her life just went in another direction. And it could be true for you. Maybe right now you realize that you have this Groundhog Day in some area of your life. Just write down in the comments below, where do you have this Groundhog Day? Maybe it's your relationships. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's career. Maybe it's your I don't know, kids. Or maybe it's the relationship with your body. You end up dieting again and again and again, and the weight doesn't go anywhere. It is also possible. So please write down your Groundhog Day in the comments. Where do you feel it? And this is the first step, to realize that you have it, because you cannot change something if you don't know that it is there. When you realize it, there are 2 more steps to go. So the second step is to use my formula. It is called 1, 2, 3, because it is easy as 1, 2, 3. When you realize that you have problem in some area, a Groundhog Day, write down, number 1, it is write down what do you want. For example, you have a Groundhog Day dating the same married man all over again. And you want to marry a single person, a partner who will be yours forever. You want to marry him. You don't want to date him. You don't want to be a second one. You want to be a first one. You want to have a healthy relationships. So write it down as the part of my formula. 1 + 2 = 3. So first is your desire. Second is your belief. Why you don't have the first. You can write down, but I end up dating married guys, your Groundhog Day, because, and you write down why. Because I'm 40 years old and all men my age are married, so I won't be able to find an unmarried one. So this is your belief. So 1 + 2, your desire to have a relationship, plus your Groundhog Day, where you end up, because your belief equals your outcome right now. I'm single, frustrated, going over and over again to new relationships where I'm not satisfied, because again and again and again they are married. This is your formula. When you see this formula, you can see the belief. And guys, if it is problematic for you to find out your belief, if it is problematic for you to do it by yourself, please use the link below. Under this video, there is a link to my free masterclass, how to solve any problem you have in your life. This masterclass will eventually lead you to my course of self-hypnosis. In this course, I will teach you to identify your limiting beliefs in the state of hypnosis, to eradicate them from your mind, and to reprogram your mind to what you want in any area of your life. Really, the instrument, the tool of self-hypnosis is so profound, is so essential, and it is so nice and easy that you just don't realize how it is joyful, how it is nice, how pleasant it is to work with yourself. So you can do it by following the link in the profile there under this video. There is a link to the masterclass. It is called How to Solve Any Problem of Your Life. You will get there a lot of information, and then I will invite you to join my course of self-hypnosis if you want to. If not, you can just use my formula right here, and after you use it, you need to do the third step. So now we will talk about the third step, how to get out of this vicious cycle. The third step is easy, but it is also it is easy to do, but you need some critical thinking. You need some thinking outside of your own box. What should you do there? You should write down that you have this limiting belief because your mom told that all people they are married by the age of 30, and it's okay to be married by the age of 30, and if you are not married by the age of 30, you will be single forever. I don't know, but my client's mom told her that in their small town, everybody is married young. And if she is not working on that after high school, she will be left alone. And that belief my client had for a long time. And that's why she ended up dating only men who are married. Because she was seeing only them. She was focused only on them because her mom said that to her when she was a little girl. You need to think about a partner. You need to think about whom you want to marry. And she was telling that to a little girl who was thinking about her dolls and toys and whatsoever. So guys, you need to write down where is this belief coming from. And you need to write down what this belief is making you to do. For example, I have this belief, that's why I date only married men. And you need to write down what belief you should have to date men who are single and who are ready to be your husband. You can write down there, okay, at the age of 40, a lot of men are married, but a lot of them are not married. There are a lot of men who are like me. They are concentrated on their career. And by the age of 40, they think, okay, my career is done and now I'm ready to have relationships. So there are a lot of men like that, and I can see them, and I can date them, and I can marry them. And this inner belief will shift your focus from married men to unmarried ones. This is how it is. So the third step is to write down the belief and the consequences of it, and to write down new belief and new consequences, new outcome that you want to have. This is the step out of your vicious cycle. Let's summarize it. Step number 1, to realize that you are in this cycle, that something is repetitive. Write down in the comments in what area of your life you have this Groundhog Day. Step number 2, to use my formula, 1 + 2 = 3. To write down what you want, to write down what belief you have, and to write down your outcome. And number 3, to write down your scenario. So you have this belief and you keep on doing this, but you want another thing. So you need another belief to end up doing this. And you need to focus on your new belief. If it is hard for you to do without a trance state, without hypnosis, so please, once again, follow the link under this video and go to my free masterclass. You don't have to buy anything before you're really interested in it. So just go to a free masterclass, take it, and you will decide there if you want to go to my course, if you want to go there, if you want to get the tool for yourself and start to be a master of self-hypnosis, you can decide it on the free masterclass. So just go there, grab it, register for this masterclass, follow all the steps that you will get there, that you will find there, and you will decide for yourself whether you will do it by yourself without any help, or you want to have the tool of self-hypnosis, master it, and be able to solve any problem of your life by yourself without any expert from the outside. So guys, thanks for watching this video. It was very pleasant to have you here. Please follow the link and I'll see you in the next video.